guys, it's Kathleen with Kathleen's Trodden Trail. I'm coming to you barely, not even 24 hours since my last video. I've talked about this before. Many of you already know. It's owned and operated by Julie McConnell. I think I was saying her name O'Donnell before, but it's McConnell. And it is the greatest place. I ran out to get one thing, and needless to say, I did not get one thing. I did some shopping and picked up a few patterns and some fabric, needles, a few needle minders, that sort of thing, and then nearly forgot the one thing that I came for. So I'm going to start there. And the lovely Nicole from Buckeye Stitcher, the lovely Nicole, won this in a giveaway of some sort, or a raffle or something, and was not planning to stitch it. It's an X's and O's pattern, and Pam, Stitching Between the Lines, is also working on this. I admired it on Pam's website, and Nicole sent it to me, so that was just the sweetest thing. It's a sizable pattern, and it's a unique pattern in that if you can sort of see, this whole piece is done on navy blue fabric. That's this fabric over here, and the piece actually comes off onto the fabric, so it comes off of the frame. This is frame stitching, and the little slicker girl comes off the frame. So I needed a piece of blue, but I did not want to do it on navy blue. I just thought it's a really large piece. It's 119 by 316, so it's a big piece, and I didn't want to do that whole giant piece on navy blue. So I needed a piece of blue, and I had tried a piece of 14 or 18 count Aida, and I was not pleased with how my stitches looked on that. And so I needed a piece of I really wanted a piece of linen to do it on. So Julie and I searched, and she searched, and she has, if you ever have the opportunity to come to Omaha and go to Reflections, her fabric choices are just out of this world. Really, there's nothing she doesn't have, and if she doesn't have something that you're interested in, she will order it for you. It's just a great place. But anyway, after looking around, and I had lots of choices, we kind of settled on this piece of fabric. This is a 32 count linen in Rain, the color Rain, and it's a little more blue than it's showing up on screen. Excuse the cough. I think I'm going to put a little bit of dye, not a lot, but just a little bit of modeling on the edges of this. The center part, all except for the very edge, is full coverage. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of modeling, gray-blue modeling on the outside, just to kind of give it that rainy feel, or cloudy day, stormy sky kind of feel. But even if I decide not to do that, it's perfect. The fabric's perfect just the way it is, and I think it'll look lovely. The only part that you'll see exactly on the fabric is this little girl in the yellow coat, and that'll be darling coming off the yellow. So anyway, I was thrilled with that. I know Pam is also having a hard time finding the right fabric for this piece, and it's a little bit challenging, so it'll be fun I'm excited that I finally got it all done. But you're gonna see a whole array of stuff that I bought, like several $100 worth of stuff. And Julie rang me up, and we were chatting, and got everything in a sack, and realized we had forgotten this. So she had to ring this up separately, and how disappointed would I have been if I had come home and I didn't have my Slicker Day Parade fabric. So anyway, the other thing I kind of went specifically to look for, had in the back of my mind that I wanted to look for, was some smalls for Christmas. I always do an ornament for each of my children for Christmas, and I try to do a new ornament for myself every year. I was hoping to do more than that this year, maybe make myself 2 or 3, and I don't know if I'm going to get that done. But And in the past, I have made 2 ornaments, so one for each of my children, and then one for my daughter's boyfriend, who is now her fiance. And by Christmas, they'll be married. So I decided this as Julie and I were standing there, that they get 1 ornament this year. They don't each get their own ornament. So, so anyway, I love the Little House Needleworks, and Julie has a lovely display of Little House Needleworks smalls. And so I ended up with Deck the Halls. I'm sort of thinking this one will be for me, just tentatively. Usually it changes. I stitch them, and as I'm stitching them, some child comes to mind, and I make them for that child. But so this is all tentative, but this will be for me at this point. Deck the Halls. I think, because I think that's like 2 old people, you know, me and my husband standing there. After this year, we'll be empty nesters. Anyway, that just makes me sad to think about. And then this is Little House Needleworks Baked Goods. And how cute is that? And my youngest, Maddie, is a baker extraordinaire. She just finished baking these cream-filled, I don't know what she put in them. I'm a good cook. I'm not a great baker. But she just finished baking these cream-filled cupcakes from scratch. It was the greatest thing I'd ever tasted in my life. And it was really funny because she infused them or somehow put cream in them. But the cream, so when you bit into it, you thought you were getting a cupcake with no cream in it. The cream absorbed all in the cupcake, and it made for this rich, moist, amazing cupcake. So they were amazing. I've been trying hard. I weigh more now than I ever have in my entire life. I weigh more now than I weighed 9 months pregnant with gestational diabetes. Perfectly healthy other than my weight. And so since my birthday, in June I turned 50, and since my birthday I've been, I joined a gym and have hired a trainer, and Maddie and I have been lifting weights 3 times a week, and I've been, I don't want to say dieting. I'm not dieting. I'm actually eating more calories than I've ever eaten, but I'm just eating a better, I'm doing kind of a macro type health eating plan. So I've lost close to 15 pounds, not quite, and several inches, and it's been very successful. It's hard. Lifting weights is something I've never done in my life. I am the farthest thing from an athlete. It's super, super hard. And on the days we don't lift, I do the elliptical machine here at our house, or the no, it's not an elliptical, it's a treadmill. And so I ate 1 of those cupcakes, and we ended up having to throw several of them away because they didn't last. But it was so sad. But I was also kind of proud because in the past I would have never been able to let a cupcake get thrown away. Especially not how they were so delicious. Okay, so I was sort of thinking baked goods for Maddie then, because she's a baker. I usually try to get more Christian themed ornaments for the kids, but this year I didn't. Then milk, vanilla, sugar, chocolate. This is called hot cocoa. And now Maddie is a big hot cocoa drinker. This could be for her, but Ryan also likes hot cocoa, and I looked at this and it kind of reminded me of Ryan, and I think that's a little more on the masculine side anyway. And then I could give this one to Caitlin and Caleb. Behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy. Of course, I didn't have to read that. I know what that says. That's sweet, isn't it? With the shepherd and the little flock of sheep. Oh, I love that. But I also have my girlfriend Gail, who I always make usually some part of the manger scene for her. I think this is was my 3rd year of making her an ornament with some sort of manger scene on it. So I could do this for Caitlin and Caleb and for Gail, or I could find something different for Gail. So those were my smalls. With those, I bought an array. Julie has a bin of, I think she calls it fabric tidbits, and it is like going through a candy bin and finding different candies. Ugh, it's just this luscious fabric. So I just got whatever struck my fancy, and then I'll figure out kind of which of the ornaments I want to do, but this is a 25 count Laguna Vintage Country Mocha. See, and they come all wrapped, and I save the twine, and I use the twine then on my ornaments. And this is a Vintage Maritime White. I thought that was really pretty. That's reading maybe a little whiter than it actually is. It's kind of a dirty white. I love, isn't that pretty? I love that. This was my absolute favorite. This is a 25 count Laguna and Vintage Smoky White. Look at this. Can you, oh, you can really see the modeling. I thought that was a lot of fun. And then Dark Cobblestone, everybody's seen that. And Sage is fun. And then this one is a Twilight Mist, which is really pretty. So, and I might, like some of these plain ones, the Cobblestone and the Sage, I may dye those too and make them, you know, just a little bit more festive. So then I was wandering around the store just kind of looking while Julie was serging my fabric for Slicker Parade. And she has a great display of plum sampler patterns, which is one of my all-time favorites. And so, and I love Halloween, but this one is, what is this called? It's called Jack's Bash. I think I've seen someone else working on this. This would be McKenna. McKenna, I could see you doing this. I really could. I don't know why I like this. I love people. I love houses, although stitching a house isn't my very favorite thing. I love an alphabet, but you could certainly leave the alphabet out, and it's just a cute sampler. Anyway, Jack's Bash, Plum Street Samplers. Look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness, that is to die for. Absolutely to die for. Ugh, killer. Okay, and for that one we picked out a 35 count linen in straw. So that's that. And this is actually a little bit darker than it's showing up. There's kind of a glare there. I don't even have the lights on. It's when my car cooled down, it is 101 in Omaha today, regular temperature, and the feel-like temperature is 112. So I have the curtains all drawn, the shades all pulled, and the air is still not able to keep up. And then the last thing I bought, and we kitted up Jack's Bash. It called for Gentle Arts. Got all of the Gentle Arts for it. Here's just a sampling. Just beautiful. Gorgeous. But this one, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. I had never seen this before. This is Plum Street Sampler Yuletide Welcome. And check that out. That is a killer. Isn't that, I love that. I love every single thing about that. So anyway, and then these are also, and I have to go back through these and separate them out, but kitted it up. And then the last little thing that I bought, she had some new needle minders in, and they were just too cute to pass up. So there's this one, of course, because I was looking for matching needle minders for these projects. So there's this one, but that's just sweet. And then this one for Jack's Bash, the Witch. Isn't that cute? And the bats. Oh my goodness, I love that. And then this one I'll probably use on Yuletide, and it's not really Christmassy, but it's kind of big, and it has the peacock on it. I just love that. So anyway, okay, that's what I did today. I'm gonna start on one of the noon. I have a couple hours before Maddie and I have to go to the gym, so I'm gonna get this edited and uploaded, and I hope everyone's having a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Floss Tube.